Hey everybody, got another video here for you. Okay, I found it. Time to glue this thing in before I lose it. Oh, wait, that's not it. Hold on. I can't find it to save my soul. I'm gonna go make another one. Okay, made another one. And last time I was about to say last time when I lost it, I was about to say, and now I'll glue it in before I lose it. And now I'll definitely glue this one in before I lose it. Okay. Once the shim dried up, put the screws back on, bolted the neck back on, and checked it all. Neck break, well, not neck break angle, but left to right is good, and it's not rolling to the base control side, so it's all straight now. And the only thing left is to figure out this bridge block situation. So, laid a straight edge on it, came down here to where my saddle line is, took a measurement, and at the saddles, the fret plane is 29 millimeters above the body. And then I measured my saddle, and the saddle is 9 millimeters above the base body, or whatever you put it on. So that basically means I need a 20 millimeter block, and that ought to get me right about where I want to be. Now, actually, that looks a little high. Interesting. Oh, but that's not on the saddle line. Where does the saddle line go? Way back here. How about let's try it this way. So if that's there, and that's about there, and that's there, my action still looks a little high. So, yeah, maybe a 20 mil block for these guys, and then a smidge of shim here for this. Might do it. Or I could always take the 20 mil block and sand it down a bit. But yeah, looks like I'm going to need to make a bridge block for these things. All right, let's see. They go there. So maybe a block that comes out to about 50 mil long. I think that's supposed to be 45, something like that'll work. 50 mil might work. Saddle goes there. 45 would bring it to the end of the block, would bring it from the beginning of the tuner down to the end of the body. So 45 long by 66, I believe it's supposed to be. So yeah, 45 by 66. Where my pen went? Lost the pen. But you don't need to see me measure stuff and write it down, so. I just found that neck shim I dropped. Oh shit, I dropped it again. I found it. Yeah. Don't need it now though. Okay, the bridge block is out of the paint shop, and I used a block in order to get it square with the corner of the body here where it's going to go. And then I used tape in order to mark off where it's going to go. And now it's time to glue it on. I'm thinking that it might be a good idea to maybe sand off that clear coat first. Notice that I did not finish the bottom of it because it's going to be glued on. So also I didn't want issues with clear coat separating from the base coat. When I was marking this out for drilling for the barrel tuners, I checked what the action was looking like, and action's going to be a little high, so it's going to need a little bit of a neck shim. I figured it'd be easier to put a little neck shim in here than to try to grind this thing down precisely. So I'll leave that where it's in and just throw a little more spacer in on this end. So these are the screws for the barrel tuners, and they're kind of long and thin. They're about the equivalent of a string retainer screw, a Floyd Rose string retainer screw. And they're actually so thin that like a 1 millimeter drill bit is just barely smaller than the threads. So what I did was they stick almost 15 millimeters down through the bottom of the base here, the base plate. They stick almost all the way. So what I did is all these holes, I only drilled them about a little over halfway, and the rest of that will have virgin wood to thread into. So that should make sure that nothing goes anywhere. But because of that, I want to make sure that they're all going to need wax before I put them in, because the last bit is going to be hard. And these require very small Phillips, and I'm not 100% sure that I'll be able to do this. But the mahogany isn't too hard, so I think I got a 50-50 shot at it at least. So see what happens. And there it is. This, these two look a little close to each other. I just marked it out by hand and stuff. So yeah, these two look a little close to each other. I might need to move one a little bit. Wait and see. Well, they all fit, so I don't have to move anything. If I was like, selling this guitar as a custom build or something, I'd probably want to move this one over a little bit so that they looked all perfectly spaced, but I'm pretty sure it should work just fine. And it's barely noticeable. You'd have to get right up on it. So here we go, getting right up on it. So they're all nice and evenly spaced until you get, well, it's actually, yeah, the spacing between 3 and 4 string, 2 and 3 string might be a little on the wider side than these two. And then this guy is kind of narrow. So yeah, maybe moving the number 2 over a little bit would help, but like I said, it's not bad. So, well, it's definitely going to need a bit of shim. Action at the 24th is looking to be, I haven't put actual feeler gauges on it yet, but it's looking to be real close to like 3 millimeters at the 24th. So maybe just a little under 2.9. And the target is 1.4, 1.5, something in that range. So it's going to need a bit of shim. Okay, so it's time to play the shim game. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a little pair of test shims, 1 millimeter thick, and put them on either side of the neck screw, the lower neck screw, and glue them down with just a very small dot of CA glue so that they're easy to pop off. And I'm going to use 1 mil, see where I'm at, and then that'll tell me whether it needs to be more or less than 1 mil. I'm guessing it needs to be less, but I'm not sure. So 1 mil will allow me to bracket it as being something a little over mil versus something a little under mil. Well, I think that's going to do it for this video. So, until the next one, everybody, have a good one.